Welcome students, welcome to Trunkie Academy. I am Dr. Pallavi Kulkarni, your chemistry teacher. So we have started discussing the chapter structure of atom. Structure of atom, and in which we have started discussing the distribution of electron in shells. Up to sodium we have completed. Distribution of electrons in shells, right? Up to sodium we have completed. Now we are going to start with the next example, 12th element. Okay, and that is nothing but the magnesium. That is magnesium. So for magnesium the atomic number is 12. As we know, atomic number is nothing but number of electron present in that atom, right? Okay, so I'll write it down. So Mg is the symbol, M capital, G small, and Z, that is atomic number, is equal to 12. That means there are 12 electron present in it, right? How to fill those 12 electron, let us see. So this is the nucleus of magnesium atom. So as we know, there are different shells and they have different capacity of carrying maximum number of electrons in them. Okay, maximum electrons that can be present in that particular shell. So first of all, first shell I will write down. Shell is nothing but the circular path in which the electrons are revolving. So first shell, which is called as K shell, shell number 1. Okay, in shell number 1, yes, in shell number 1, maximum 2n square is the formula, that is 2 into 1 square, that is 2 electron can be filled. Let me just show the electrons in it. 1 electron here, 1 electron here. So out of 12 electrons, 2 electrons are filled in K shell. So K shell is completely filled. So what we will do now, we will enter in the next shell, right? As K shell is completely filled, now we will enter in the next shell. So this is the next shell. Next shell is nothing but the L shell. L shell is also called as second shell, for which the 2n square formula will be equal to 2 into 2 square, that is equal to 8. So we can fill maximum up to 8 electrons there, right? Now in case of L shell, the out of 8 electron, 2 are filled in S and 2 are filled in P orbital, right? 2 electrons here and 6 electrons filled in P orbital. Okay, but here in the circle I will show all of them together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, right? So these are the 8 electron present in the L shell. Okay, 8 plus 2, we have filled 10 electrons. So remaining 2 electron will enter in the next shell, right? So this is the next shell. Okay, this is the next shell. Next shell is also called as M shell. Okay, so M shell, it is also called as third shell. So formula is 2n square. It is 2 into 3 square, that is we can fill maximum 8 electrons there. So these 18 electrons are filled like 2 in S, 6 in P and remaining 10 in D, right? 2 electrons in S, 6 electrons in P and 10 electrons in D, right? But in case of magnesium, only 2 electrons are there, so they will obviously enter in the S orbital. So this is the structure of atom of magnesium, right? Now let us see how to write down the electron configuration. For electron configuration, I have given you this formula, ns raised to x, where n is the shell number, okay, in which that electron is present. N is the shell number. S is the symbol of subshell, as subshells are having different symbol, S, P, D, F, and X is the number of electrons in that particular subshell, number of electrons. Okay, yes, let us see then. First of all, about K shell I will write down. In K shell is nothing but shell number 1. For K shell, N is equal to 1. Okay, 1 I will write down. Then symbol for K shell, only one subshell is there, that is S. So S I will write down. and it contains how many electrons? 2 electrons. So 1s2 is for K shell. Okay, K shell is done. Then I will write down about next shell, L shell. Now in case of L, what I have told you, there are two orbitals, S and P. So we have to write down in detail about both of them, right? So first of all I will write down for S, and then I will write down for P, right? Okay, yes. So first 2 electron will enter in 2s, and next 6 electron will enter in P, right? So 2s to 2p6 is for what? It is for the L shell, right? Then next shell is the third shell. So third shell has 3 orbital, 3s, 3p and 3d, right? So there are 2 electrons, so that they will enter in the S subshell. As there are no electrons in 3p and 3d, I will just delete it. Okay, no need to write down because there is no electron present in 3p and 3d, right? As they are empty, no need to write it down. So this is for what? M shell. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2 is the electronic configuration of magnesium. What is the electronic configuration therefore? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2. Okay, this is the electron configuration of magnesium. Okay, you understand? Yes. Now after magnesium, let us see the next example, 13th example. That is aluminium. The symbol for aluminium is Al. Atomic number is 13. There are 13 electrons present in aluminium. Okay, let us see how they are filled. So let us see the distribution of electrons in shells for aluminium. Okay, let us start. First of all, this is the nucleus of aluminium atom. Then shell number 1 is this, right, which is nothing but the K shell. Okay, K shell, that is shell number 1, in which we can fill 2 into 1 square, that is 2 electron. Those 2 electron will go in s orbital, right? Yes, so let us fill 2 electrons here in K shell. Okay, next shell. As K shell is completely filled now, next electron will enter in the next shell, that is L shell. Okay, for which the capacity is 8 electrons. So those 8 electrons will be distributed in S and P. 2 will enter in S, 6 will enter in P, right? So let us show 8 electrons here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, right? So this is also done. Now next is the M shell. So this is the M shell, right? M shell, that is shell number 3, in which the capacity is 18 electrons. So how the 18 electrons are filled? In S, P and D. 2 electrons in S, 6 electrons in P, 10 electrons in D. But as there are only 3 electrons present here, so I will fill it here. 1, 2 and 3. So this is the structure for aluminium atom. Okay, let us write down then by using the formula NSX, right? Okay, so first of all I will write down for K shell. It is always 1s2, right? This is for K shell. Then I will write down for L shell. In L shell there are 2 subshells, 2s and 2p. 2 will go in 2s, 6 will go in 2p, right? So this is about the L shell. Then next is the M shell. Now in M there are 3s, 3p and 3d, right? Okay, always 2 electron will enter in S. Okay, S cannot contain 3 more than 2 electrons, it's because that is not capacity. S ka capacity is only 2 electron. Okay, so 2 electrons are filled in this. What about the remaining 1 electron? So that remaining 1 electron go in 3p. It will not directly jump in 3d, here it will go in 3p only, right? As there is no electron in 3D, I will just delete it, right? As there is no electron in 3D, I'll delete it. So this is the about the M shell, right? 3s2 3p1, and hence electronic configuration of aluminum will be 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2 3p1. Okay, yes. Now you can do one thing. First of all, just take a screenshot of this page. Okay, now after aluminum, the next example we are going to see whose atomic number is 14. The symbol for silicon is Si. Atomic number is 14. Okay, now let us see how the electrons are filled in it. So this is the nucleus of silicon atom. Okay, then this is the K shell. In which 2 electrons will be filled. Next 2 electrons will enter in. The next shell, that is L shell. Next 8 electrons, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, so remaining 4 electrons, they will enter in the next shell. One, two, three, 4, right? Okay, let me write down the electron configuration. First of all, for K shell, it is 1s2, directly I'll write down. Now next is the L shell. L shell is divided into 2 subshells, 2s and 2p. In 2s, 2 electron, in 2p, 6 electrons will enter. So this is your L shell. And after that, remaining electron will enter in third shell, that is M shell. So M shell is divided into 3 subshells, 3s, 3p and 3d. 2 electron will enter in S, remaining 2 will enter in P. 3d is containing no electrons, so you can delete it. So this is the M shell, right? Therefore electron configuration of silicon will be 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p2. Okay, so this is the electron configuration for silicon. Then next I'll write down 15th atom, and that is the phosphorus atom. Phosphorus atom symbol is P. Atomic number is 15. That means there are 15 electrons there. So this is the nucleus of phosphorus atom. Okay, then first 2 electron will enter in this K shell, 1 and 2. Then remaining 2 electron will enter in this shell, which is the L shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, right? So remaining 5 electrons, they will enter in this M shell, right? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, right? Then let us write down electron configuration. First of all, for K shell, it will be 1s2. For L shell, 2s and 2p, 2 electrons in P, S and 6 electrons in P. So this is for L shell. Next is for M shell. M shell is divided into 3s, 3p and 3d. So out of 5, 2 will go here, 3 will go here, 3d is 0, so I'll delete it, right? Then this is for M shell, right? Therefore electron configuration will be 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2 and 3p3. Okay, this is the electron configuration of phosphorus. Then 16th element I'll write down, and that is nothing but the sulfur. Okay, sulfur symbol is S. Atomic number is 16. So this is the nucleus of sulfur atom. Then in this case also, again this is the K shell, in which 2 electrons will be there, 1 and 2. And next one is the L shell, okay, in which again there will be 8 electrons, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. Then next third one is the M shell, in which remaining 6 electrons will be there, right? 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Electron configuration, first of all for K shell I'll write down, it is 1s2, okay. Then L shell is further divided into 2s and 2p, 2 electrons in S, 6 electrons in P. This is L shell. Then next one is the M shell. M shell is divided further into 3s, 3p and 3d. 2 electron will go here, 4 electron will go in P. D contains no electrons, so I'll delete it. So this is your M shell. Therefore what will be electron configuration? It will be 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2 and 3p4. Okay. Yes, now just take a screenshot of these configurations also. Yes, silicon, phosphorus and sulfur. Okay, then let us see the next elements. The 17th element I'll write down, and that is chlorine. Symbol for chlorine is Cl. Atomic number is 17. Let us see how 17 electrons are filled in it. So this is the nucleus of chlorine atom. This is the K shell, shell number 1, in which 2 electrons will be filled, 1 and 2. The next shell is the L shell, right, in which again 8 electrons will be filled, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Then the next shell is the M shell. In M shell, remaining, that is 7 electrons will be filled, right? Yes, 10 plus 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, right? Let us draw the electron configuration then. So 1s2 is for K shell, the next one is for L shell. L shell is divided into 2s and 2p, 2 for S, 6 for P. This is for L shell. Then next is for third shell, 3s, 3p and 3d. Okay, 2 electron in S and 5 electron in P, 0 electron in D, therefore I will delete it. So this is your M shell. So electron configuration for chlorine will be 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2 and 3p5, right? So this is electron configuration for chlorine. And then 18th, last atom in this your structure of atom chapter, that is argon. Okay, and symbol for argon is AR, A capital R small. Atomic number is 18. Okay, atomic number is what? 18. So let us see how 18 electrons are filled in argon. Okay, so let us see. This is the nucleus of argon. Then this is the K shell first of all. In K shell, 2 electrons are filled. Then next is the L shell. In L shell, 8 electrons are filled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Then next is the M shell. In M shell, remaining, that is 8 electrons are filled, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Let us see electron configuration. So first of all I will write down for K shell, it is 1s2. Then I will write down for L shell, it is 2s2, 2p6, right? Then I will write down for the M shell, that is 3s2 and 3p6, right? Yes, so this is the electron configuration for argon. Okay, now in case of argon, if you see its valence shell, that is last shell is the third shell. In third shell there are 8 electrons, right? 8 electrons means 8 electrons, that is octet is completed, right? Octet is complete. As its octet is complete, it is stable, and therefore argon is one of the inert gas or noble gas. Okay, so this is how I have explained the electronic configuration of all 18 elements which are there in your textbook. In textbook the explanation is not given, just they have shown the diagrams. I have explained each and every diagram in detail, and I hope you understood how to write down the electron configuration of all these 18 elements. Take a screenshot of this page also. Okay, I hope it's done. Now let me just show you about DPP, daily practice problem. So this is DPP. You have to go to resources, then to writing material, then you can see DPP. You can just download it, write down the solutions on your notebook, and just take a photo of it and upload that photo on your portal, so that teacher will be able to evaluate and let you know the suggestions and corrections wherever required. Okay, so that's all for today. So I hope it is the idea of writing down electron configuration is clear to you. If you have any questions, then please let me know. Thank you so much students for joining. Thank you so much for your precious time and all the best to you. Take